Hello friends. So today we are going to discuss the Hindu newspaper analysis of 12th February. So open the front page. Here again the news of Tamil Nadu that AIADMK leaders switch camps and back Panneerselvam. So this is an ongoing news. Either you can skip it or just give a side reading because it is not important right now. Second important news is government is committed to an independent judiciary. We already know that since the NJAC had been struck off by the Supreme Court, there is a tension between Supreme Court, or so to say that judiciary and executive. So this is one of the debates which will be mentioned in this thing. So you can read it from that perspective. Now move on to page number 17. Here first important news item is banks in a position to cut lending rates further, says Mr. Patel. You can read this. This is good. And second one is electoral bonds scheme in the works. See, I will prepare a new video of electoral bonds once everything becomes clear. Right now, only debate is going on, and finance ministry has said that it will come soon. However, there are some gray areas like what like which is the designated bank, what is the duration of the bonds, and at what period of time and for how long should these be opened before every elections. So there are many questions to be addressed in such kind of things. Therefore we should wait for complete picture to come, and therefore we should read it at the appropriate time. Next one is markets regulator lays down reforms roadmap for FY18. So here are five important points. You can write it down. First one is existing requirement of issuing and listing into stock market will be reduced from T plus 6 days. Okay, so this is one of them. Second one is it also plans to allow institutional participation in the commodity derivatives markets in a phased manner. So till now in the derivative markets of commodities, institutional participation is not there, so it will happen soon. Third one is it will work towards integration between the commodity spot market and the derivative segment. Fourth point is design of a system for risk-based supervision of commodity brokers. And the last one is related to cybersecurity lab. So these 5 points you need to remember, and you may read this news. Otherwise, I have mentioned all the 5 important points in this news article. And in again page number 17, the last important news is World Bank helps out to identify areas for rail safety fund. So here need to know rail safety fund, what it is. So it is 1 lakh crore rupees promised by the central government in next 5 years period. And who will fund this much amount? So you should know this one. 75% from the finance ministry, okay, and 25% from the railways own resources, okay. And what are the areas in which these funds will be utilized? So in bullet points you can write it down. First, to eliminate unmanned level crossings. Second, to improve tracks, okay. Third, bridge rehabilitation work. And fourth, track vehicular ultrasonic testing system, okay. And also they may use it for automatic track inspection and track surveillance. So currently some people go and check the tracks. So this system of man checking will be replaced by robot or automated, either by drones, robots, or anything, for automatic inspection and track surveillance. So these points are relevant. Moving on to page number 16. Here, news items, there are many news items, but from prelims or mains points of view, these have very less relevance. However, to remain updated and to connect other upcoming news in the future, these things are important. So I will just read out and explain in one or two lines. Okay. First one, the new immigration order on the cards. So see what happened there, what happened earlier, that when Trump made the executive order that um, immigration ban will happen in from the residents of 7 countries. So that order was uh, cancelled and cancelled by the their judicial system. So now they are planning a new immigration. So these things will go on. So you should remember only that much. Second one is Trump's foreign policy losing its sharp edge? See, they will talk about how foreign policy of Mr. Trump is happening for the entire world. So they will compare his campaign promises with his executive orders. So no need to read these things because these things are all speculations. So not important for UPSC. It may be important for some strategists, but not for UPSC. Third one is amid tensions, China expels South Korean missionaries. So here important item to remember is what is THAAD, THAAD. Okay, Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System. Okay, so this is similar to BMD, Ballistic Missile Defense System of India. Okay, but these are more advanced. Okay, so what is the issue is this issue is going on since last 6-7 years, that United States is saying that to avoid attacks from North Korean missiles, United States will supply third air defense system to the South Korea. Okay, however, China is saying that third system may be United States plan against China to put their missile defense system in those waters, and which China calls its backyard. Therefore, these are tensions. However, the important item for us is third. Okay. Fourth news is experts urge US President to review ties with Pakistan. See, what is the United States Pakistan's policy? They look at India and Pakistan as a zero sum game, and which was the view of the Obama administration. So now people are saying that okay, why to give uh, so much funds to Pakistan when they are already supporting terror activities in India's backyard, and they are militarizing these uh, anti-human and terrorist. Okay, so only that much you need to know. And last one is uh, German leader Alex Tsipras fires warnings at IMF and Germany. Sorry, he is from Athens. He is from Greece. Sorry. So and see again, this is mostly geopolitical news. It is not relevant for UPSC prelims or mains, but it is relevant to connect with the news items which will come in future. See, this is relevant to the Greek economic crisis. This is related to the Greek economic crisis which happened 2 years ago. So he was the face of in Greece in those times. So these things will keep coming. So you just wait for these things. Now move on to page number 12. Since today is Sunday, so there is not much important news in the Hindu newspaper. So move on to page number 12, and here you should read this one. Ex-judge who banned Jallikattu moves Supreme Court. See, this is a like we already had a decision upon Jallikattu in 2014 that Jallikattu is illegal and it is against Prevention to Cruelty of Animals Act. Therefore, it was banned and it is technically banned in legal terms. And the judge who passed this judgment, his name is Justice K.S. Radhakrishnan. So, and after he passed the judgment, he retired after some time, and after his retirement he was awarded Man of the Year award by the PETA. PETA stands for People for Ethical Treatment of Animals. So some people are saying that, and they have filed a complaint petition in the Supreme Court that uh, the corresponding judge has got award for this kind of judgment. So it's a conflict of interest. So however the the judge is saying that invoking section 3 clause 1 of Judges Protection Act of 1985, he is saying that no court or any forum could initiate civil or criminal proceedings against him on acts done in the course of his judicial functions. So this is one important point which you need to know. And the second one is in the petition filed by the other guys, they are saying that this award is in violation of Article 124 Clause 7 of the Indian Constitution. To this, Justice Radhakrishnan has contended that Article 124 Clause 7 bars a retired Supreme Court judge only from pleading or acting in any form in any court or before any authority within India, and is therefore no way connected to receiving an award. So therefore Article 124 Clause 7 is only about not to plead and not to act in any court or before any authority within India. But nowhere it is written that they cannot receive any award after their retirement. So this is what Mr. Justice erstwhile Justice Radhakrishnan is saying. Now moving on to page number 10. Here some important data are there. You can write it down. First one is related to when hospitals infect you. So here you can just write the data of this one. First, 1 in 20 in United States, 1 in 10 in European Union countries, and 1 in 4 in developing countries such as India. So what is these things? This is the risk that a patient will develop a hospital acquired infection in our country or United States or the European Union. So suppose there are 100 people going to the hospital, then there is a chance that out of those 100 people, 25 may get affected in India of something they had not earlier before going to the hospital, right? And such instances may happen 10 times to 10 people in European Union countries and to only 5 people in United States. So this is the level of hygiene which developed countries has developed in their hospital environment, and India need to do a lot in this field. And another one is demystifying science. Here every day on every Sunday some important news items come, so here you can always cut paste in your notebook what is Thor experiment. It is clearly explained here, so no need to explain further. You can just write it down from here only. Now next one is on page number 9. Here important news is India's own interceptor missile soars high. So here you should remember two things. First one is India's ballistic missile shield. So you should know what is ballistic missile shield. Ballistic missile shield is something of a rocket kind which one fires whenever some enemy country is attacking upon you, and therefore you also fire rocket, they also fire rocket, and your country's aim is to destroy their rocket. It can be done in two ways. First one is destroying the rocket when they are in the exo atmosphere, that is outside the atmosphere, and second one is when they are inside the atmosphere. So India has mastered both these technologies, like destroying the enemy missile in exo atmosphere as well as indo atmosphere. Therefore it is important for securing skies and cities against hostile threats. And further, these BMD missiles are being developed by DRDO. So just these three things, and also its range is more than 2000 kilometers. Currently it's 2000 kilometers, but further it will expand. Okay, so just remember these facts. These may be asked in prelims. Move to page number 8. Here two important articles. First one is ritual under a scan of over charges of untouchability. See, even after so many years of 7 decades of independence, such instances of untouchability are present. And you can cite this as an example while writing main answer. Okay. And another one is green drive on blue waters. Solar power lights up naval vessel. So here it is about how solar technologies can be used to power onboard energy demands of a naval vessel. So here you can write it down. The first vessel is INS Sarvechak. So this may be asked in prelims. Like UPSC has become factual nowadays, so it may be asked which was the first naval vessel. So you have to know the name, just name, nothing else. And move to page number 5. Here important article is women have the right to decide on pregnancy, says a judge. His name is Justice A.K. Sikri. See, this is not a judgment. So remember, whenever you quote such thing or write something, you can always say, okay, recently this Justice A.K. Sikri had said, and in quote you can say that, say such things. And these are important for essays. Always remember, such articles are important for essays. Wherever someone's viewpoint or opinion is mentioned, so it is better to write such things in either essay, or if you have sociology optional, you can write it in sociology. And here it is very important that he is saying that women's choice to either have a baby or abort or prevent pregnancy, it is her right. Okay, so he is saying that women should be independent, and it is her right to have power upon her body, because it is her body. So she should have the freedom to decide what to do and what not to do with it. And further he is arguing that, referring to the Visakha guidelines, and you should know what is Visakha guidelines. Visakha guidelines are related to the sexual violence against women at workplaces. So you should remember these facts. And also read about Visakha guidelines. And if you, I say, I can prepare 5 to 10 minutes videos upon these things. And Visakha guide, he is referring to the Visakha guidelines and saying that it has laid down very strict norms, okay, and stretched the boundaries, but there has been no criticism from other quarters. He is saying that Visakha guidelines are okay, very good, but it has stretched the boundaries. And his last words are, he says that a woman is not free until she owns her body. So this kind of argument, these are in sociological terms, these are called radical feminist arguments. Okay, and so that is it from this page. Move to page number 4. Important article. 1 in 3 kids worried about safety in school, says a report. And the global survey, its name is, you can write it down, Small Voices, Big Dreams. And it has been conducted by Child Fund, International Development Group, Child Fund. Okay, in alliance with 41 countries. So this may be asked in prelims. And just point wise, you can note what are the factors for which, say, these concerns are raised. First one is deficient infrastructure. Second is lack of toilets. These two are the main reasons. Third one is corporal punishment. And fourth one is bullying. Bullying happens in schools. So these 4, if you can remember only these 4 points, this article is done. And the name of the survey, Small Voices, Big Dreams, and the who conducted this, International Development Group, Child Fund, in alliance with 41 countries. And you remember, in these 41 countries, 31 are developing and 10 are developed. So this is not only about developing countries, it includes both.